Hey guys, what's up? I am back with a brand new video and it's time to do a speed test comparison between the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 Pro versus the Oppo Reno 5 Pro. And guys, the Oppo Reno 5 Pro has a MediaTek Dimensity 1000 Plus processor with a 12 GB of RAM, while the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 Pro has a mid-range. We have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G chipset with a 6 GB of RAM. On the back, we have quad cameras on both these two devices. As you can see, we have a main 64 megapixel main camera on the Reno 5 Pro as compared to main 108 megapixel main camera on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So I'm really excited to see that who is going to be the fastest one when it comes to apps opening speed as well as in the boot up test. Definitely Oppo Reno 5 Pro looks more faster than the Redmi Note 10 Pro in the spec sheets. So without any wasting time, let's get right into it. Both phones is completely off. Now let's quickly boot both of these phones up at the same time. Here we go. And logo is here, just a tiny bit more faster on the Redmi Note 10 Pro as compared to the Reno 5 Pro. And now let's see that which one is going to be the fastest one. And both phones is running on Android 11. We have a Color OS version 11, and you can see Reno 5 Pro faster when it comes to booting up. While the Redmi Note 10 Pro, now it is also done, so you can see that about 4 or 5 second difference between these two devices. And again, we have Android 11 with MIUI version 12 on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. And as you can see that, and both phones has a very beautiful display. We have a Full HD AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate display on the Redmi Note 10 Pro as compared to Full HD AMOLED display with 90Hz refresh rate display. And also we get a curved display on the Oppo Reno 5 Pro, and you can see which gives a more premium feel over the Redmi Note 10 Pro. And also both phones give you a punch hole which is on the center, also really small on the Note 10 Pro as compared to on the left hand side on the Reno 5 Pro. So now let's see the apps opening speed. Okay guys, everything is closed up in the background, no app is running in the background. And also we have same Wi-Fi network on both phones. And the first application we have is the phone dialer, and that is more faster on the Reno 5 Pro, and you can see followed by the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So now let's see settings. That is, I would say exactly the same on both phones at the end, but in the start a little bit more faster on the Reno 5 Pro. And also we have 120Hz on the Redmi Note 10 Pro as compared to 90Hz on the Reno 5 Pro, and you can see, so that's a really unique thing on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. We get a 120Hz as compared to 90Hz. Now let's see Amazon shopping, and that is exactly the same, and you can see that's really interesting. Now let's see the scrolling, and that is feels really smooth on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Again, we have 120Hz as compared to 90Hz on the Reno 5 Pro. Now let's check out some games application. Now let's start off with the Candy Crush Saga, and exactly the same on both phones, and you can see, so very interesting result right now. Now let's see the pinout on both phones. Next game application, and that is just a tiny bit more faster on the Reno 5 Pro. So now let's see Subway Surfer, and the punch hole on the Redmi Note 10 Pro looks much better than the Reno 5 Pro, but again faster on the Reno 5 Pro, and you can see, while the Note 10 Pro is not really right behind in this application. So you can see that, and the Dimensity 1000 Plus, it is much faster than the Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G. So now let's see the Temper Run 2 on both phones. Last game application we have in this speed test, and you can see that is really fast on the Reno 5 Pro as compared to the Redmi Note 10 Pro. So Reno 5 Pro, it is completely done, while the Note 10 Pro, it is also done. So you can see that huge difference. Let's see Spotify, faster again on the Reno 5 Pro. Let's see Snapchat, faster on the Reno 5 Pro. Now let's see Instagram, faster again on the Reno 5 Pro. Now let's opening up the Twitter, faster again on the Reno 5 Pro. Now let's see Zedge, again faster on the Reno 5 Pro, which is obvious because we have a Dimensity 1000 Plus. So you can see that Reno 5 Pro is just a tiny bit more faster in this application. Now let's see the scrolling. And that is feels really smooth on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Again, we have 120 Hz as compared to 90 Hz. And last I'm launching the cameras on both phones. Default camera app. Now let's see that which one is going to be the fastest one. More faster on the Reno 5 Pro as compared to the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Now let's see the internet browsing speed. I am using to for Google Chrome on both phones. Now let's see Wikipedia.org first website. Faster on the Redmi Note 10 Pro followed by the Reno 5 Pro. Now let's see the scrolling, and yes, in the start I noticed some lags, but that is feels really smooth on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Again, we have 120 Hz as compared to 90 Hz. Same thing with zooming in and out. Next on the list is the apple.com, and faster on the faster on the Redmi Note 10 Pro followed by the Reno 5 Pro. Now let's see the scrolling, and that is feels really smooth on the Redmi Note 10 Pro again as compared to the Reno 5 Pro. So guys, now let's see RAM management on both phones. I know that we have 6GB of RAM on the Redmi Note 10 Pro as compared to 12GB of RAM on the Reno 5 Pro, so which is obvious that RAM management should be really good on the Reno 5 Pro. Now let's see that who is better in the RAM management. Phone dialer, no refresh. Let's see settings, no refresh. Amazon shopping, that is again no refresh. Let's see Candy Crush Saga, let's see pinout. Now let's see the subwoofer, and that is refresh on the Redmi Note 10 Pro, so that's really interesting. Now let's see Temper and 2, that is refresh again on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Let's see Spotify, that is not refresh. Let's see Snapchat, Instagram, opening up the Twitter, and now let's see the no refresh as well. So RAM management is also really good on the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Last we are back to the internet browser where we left, and you can see no refresh on the Reno 5 Pro so far. So guys, overall up to say regarding the app's opening speed, as you can see that it is definitely more faster on the Oppo Reno 5 Pro. It's system based application as well as in game app loading time in terms of the RAM management wise, and definitely Reno 5 Pro it is a much better phone in terms of the RAM management wise than the Redmi Note 10 Pro. Redmi Note 10 Pro is also performed really good in the RAM management. So that's about it, and thank you so much for watching this speed test comparison between the Xiaomi Redmi Note 10 Pro versus the Oppo Reno 5 Pro. And this video is for fun, it is not a head-to-head speed test. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my channel for daily tech videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter as well, and I will catch you in my next video. Peace out.